Welcome to DTRUTHTV. Yeah, y'all surprised. I know y'all surprised to see me on this late at night. But let me do something first. Let me drop the link in the chat right quick. So everybody will Chris gave me you see his what he had to say earlier, but I want to try to go ahead and I'm going to drop it in the chat. Hold on. This is a serious topic here. This is a serious topic here. Eve James podcast respect. Let's see. I'm gonna jump it again. Hold on. That's not how it's supposed to go. That is not how it's supposed to go right there. Yeah. Let's see. Make sure I jump it right. There we go. That's why it's supposed to go in there. Respect Eve. Respect Eve. Oh, oops. I didn't move. I meant to do this right here, Eve. Hold on. I meant to do this right here. Yeah, this is a serious subject right here. This is a serious subject. Who is to blame for the downfall of the black community? Is it men? Is it women? Is it the men? Is it the women? Or the government? Who is to blame for this downfall? Yes, you did, E. James podcast. You sure did. Who is to blame? Well, let's look at both sides of it. Well, some men are gonna blame the women. Some black men gonna blame the women, and some black women gonna blame the men. But when are we gonna start blaming the government? It's the government that's that first said, "Oh, if started back in slavery, think about it. All the black families were separated during slavery. Think of all the kids and moms and dad that were separated during slavery. Respect colony management. Just think of all the men and women that was separated during slavery. Think how many husband and wives were separated. Kids were separated from their dad. Kids were separated from their mom during slavery. So it started back then. Then the government did this thing. Tell women that we can use certain amount of money, but guess what? The black men, the black men cannot be in there. That's Section 8 right there. So can't blame one without blaming the other without blaming the other. So now we got males, men, black men saying, "Oh, we don't need no black women." When we got these black women saying, "We don't need these dusty old black men." So what that tells me is that we need each other. That's why our community is going down. Think about it. These single mothers and these single fathers don't have the mom, don't the kids don't have the mom, dad around, and don't have mom around. Think what kind of toll that take on the kids. Then you got these so-called no good fathers not in their child's life, run around getting these women pregnant. Yeah, I said it, and not in their kid's life. Yeah, they could be in their kid's life by child support. Yeah, what that good they're gonna do? Who gonna teach Johnny how to teach the son how to throw a football, shoot a basketball? Who gonna teach the little girl just how a man's supposed to treat a woman? See, I already knew I wasn't gonna have that many people over here. Thank you, EJ podcast for being here. If you feel like coming up and chopping it up, hey, I'll be glad. I would gladly have you on here. But think about it. Think about it. If they, I know you're here, Kalani. You can hit the panel too if you want. Hit the panel too. This open mic tonight. If this thing is some black fathers were with the child mother. Just think.
Hey, hey. Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear your respect. Respect.
Respect. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. See, this topic that I'm talking about tonight, it needs to be talked about.
Yes. Tell. Yeah. What is the topic? Elaborate because I'm driving and I have
it's
my girlfriend here with me, and we definitely want to have an understanding.
it's about who is to blame for the downfall of the black community.
Wow. He said, "Who's the downfall? Who's to
Who's
blame for
faulted?
the downfall of the black community?"
Yes.
Wow, that's a very fucking strong topic. Excuse me. That's a very strong topic. Let me see.
Yes.
Let me give my opinion.
Go right
Damn.
ahead.
I has mommy and daddy issues. Yeah, but you know who I think, and y'all may get upset with me for saying this. Um, the black woman. I just I know that the black woman has been used as an instrument against the black man, the black child, the black household period for a very long time, and I think that they are being used. Some are willingly cooperating and some unwillingly based on what we were taught and what we saw based on learned behaviors. And it's been patternized because there's never been the word strong behind any other woman that is in a different race. I've never heard of a strong Chinese woman. I mean, excuse me, I mean, be correct. Asian woman, a strong Caucasian woman, a strong Indian woman. That's always heard. I never even heard of a strong African woman. It's always a strong black woman. I just, I just don't know. That's just my opinion. So, and
Wow,
I,
that
huh?
opinion shocked me. That opinion shocked me.
Yeah, and the reason why I feel like that too is because the black man doesn't have a base, and the person that's supposed to be your rib, the closest thing to you, most of the time, you guys don't get that, and you know a lot of the time it's based on infidelities and things like that. Hold on, yes, yeah, yes, but yeah, probably, but infidelity is not a reason for you to ostracize a man from being with his children because the relationship didn't work, because he failed as whatever, quote unquote, your boyfriend or however baby dad. You get in the way of raising the black man and you instill him to be fearful and docile, so he's becomes a single black female because he's being raised by a woman that has issues for the most part being scorned, or daddy left us. No, he it probably didn't work out between you guys. So a lot of times that's the situation, and I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like black men don't have their own issues, but listen, along with being hated by the whole world, the black woman comes second to hating the black man, and it's a known fact, and you see it here. We do not know our place in the pecking order and how things should be. And if you believe in the Most High God, you hypocritical wenches, if you believed in Him, you would know that the law goes like that: God, man, woman, child. And you thinking that you have such more say so when the strong man comes to kick the door in, which is the powers that be that gave you Section 8, that gave you welfare, that gave you subsidized housing, that gave you child support. They took all those things and gave them to you and took the man away and gave you the reins to lead because they know that they can get in there and take control when there's no man around. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, if you heard me when I first started, it started back in slavery. Think
Yes.
about it. Think about
Yes, that's the Jim Crow. Let me Willie Lynch, Jim Crow. They said that if you want to tame them, you first get the black male and you beat him to make him submit in front of the black woman. She's going to lose respect for him and look at him as not being able to, provide for her or to protect her. And then when she have her offspring, she's gonna feel fearful for him. So she's gonna create him to be docile and for him to obey and be subservient to a whole nation. And that's just what happened. And then now you just
yeah,
have the same thing perpetuated over and over again.
yeah, and then when I don't care the black man, black woman are married or boyfriend,
Yeah, Wanda.
girlfriend, significant other, they it seems like they like, oh, they think being submissive is a bad thing.
Yes, that's only
But
the
they
only
all
one. Yes, I told you that. It's only our race is the only race that has the word strong in front of the woman. Like, why? That doesn't even make sense. Like, you can go into any other homes and look at it, who's the head of the family and who's leading these people, and they're living a different type of life. They're living a different way, and their blessings is in a different way. Um, it gets really deep. So I don't want to.
hey, this is show for the deep stuff.
Yeah,
See,
we
give
get
some
we
people
are,
get
yeah, you know what I'm saying? We are not living in the code that we should be living in, and that's why we living in a whole lot of turmoil. We're living in the way that we're living because we do not let the men lead, and women cannot raise men, and women cannot teach men to be men, no matter how much you think you can. And your son is not your king, and your son is not your man. That is your fucking son, your offspring, and he should be taught by his father. So you need to pick the right man that you respect and let him lead and raise his offspring. And that's what it should be.
yeah, and another thing, if the man ain't in the house to tell his daughter that he loved them and love her and all the things that a father should do for a daughter,
Right. The
when
first
she
man that,
when she,
yep, you're right. Right.
when she goes out,
She's gonna be looking for that love and every man that she sees and that acceptance and that validation. The man is the first line of defense. I'm telling you, he has to love you. Your dad, you have to feel that feeling from him. You have to have that understanding to know how to move. And then these men out here can't treat you that way because he's supposed to love you first. So you won't be having daddy issues when you out here in this crazy world.
and like I said, other people know what I say is I got an 11-year old. Well, she 11 or 12. Well, she'll put it away. She thinks she grown. Put it that
Uh-huh.
way.
Right.
And you know what I tell her? I said I'm her only uncle. I tell
Right.
her every day that I love her. I say if you need to talk to somebody, come talk to me. And she
Right.
know how I am. Because long as I talk to her and tell her I love her, ain't no other man can come tell her anything different.
Right.
See, that's the thing about it. Then let's put the roles in reverse.
Right.
Let's put it on the men. Let's say the man got the child, but the woman ain't
Hmm.
doing what she's supposed to do.
Hmm.
See, what female fail to some women fail to realize, black women fail to realize there are some single black males that take care of their child and the mother's not around. That's not
Yes, of
talked
course.
about.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. That's very true
It just,
because they got into the point where they're feeling like, again, they want to be the man because they feel like they need to. If 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 a man is able to walk out and leave you to be a single woman, I can do the same thing now. You want these kids, you hold them down. If you haven't passed away or if you aren't like sick or something like that, it makes no sense. It really makes no sense. The thing about it is, to be honest with you, you marriage isn't about a piece of paper. It's about it's about a unity, and a marriage is just like a business. So I feel that you shouldn't have sex with anyone that you don't want to procreate with. And if you don't want to have children with people, then you shouldn't be out there sleeping with them because the kids are going to be a byproduct of whatever it is. So if it's just a nasty sexual fling, then these kids it's not fair because They thrown into something and born into something they didn't even ask to be into. And that's why we have to be more mindful. That's not fair. We have to
Yeah,
make better decisions. And men have you have to get stingy with yourself too. And don't be just going out here planting your seed everywhere either, because you need to have a good representation for your child. Like, if you're sleeping with a woman and you don't think she's a decent woman, why are you sleeping with her? Chances are you could get her pregnant. And then that person will teach their moral concepts and their thoughts to your offspring. And that's something that we need to take into accountability.
yeah, yeah. Let me go ahead and give a little more shout out. Respect to we on Lock Nation, as a tar, and respect to Amundo Black TV. He watching from the bushes, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think he's a little under the weather tonight, so he ain't gonna be able to join us. But guess what? He watching. But
Right.
I look at then one thing that I feel fascinating
Mm-hmm.
when the father say they married or the father is in the household, he doing what
Mm-hmm.
he's supposed to do. He going to work, paying the bills, and taking care of the kid, cooking, cleaning, everything a man is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the woman don't do not some black women do not still don't show that man respect.
Because they was taught that they don't have to respect him, because if in any case they can go get another provider, which is Uncle Sam.
Yeah, and that's my point exactly. It's the government that did that, and who is the government?
But the
It's
government can only plant the seed. You have to carry it out. Like,
oh,
like the seed was planted a long time ago. And that's the reason why we in the predicament we in, because we are not our brother's keeper. And what affects your household, you feel like it doesn't affect the other people. Other people don't care about what's affecting you. And that's the problem, because we're moving in a way and we keeping the mantra alive. We're keeping the whole concept of the hatred towards each other is being driven home by us. No one else is coming to our neighborhoods and doing that. We're doing
mm,
that.
we're doing it to ourselves.
Yes.
I don't care, men on men, women on women, and you see. I know you see it sometimes on YouTube, see it on the news. Men killing the black man killing the girlfriend or wife, the wife killing the husband or boyfriend, and they both talking down to each other in front of the kids.
Of course.
Oh, he's no good. Your dad ain't no good. You're gonna be just like your daddy.
And all trauma as adults come from how your childhood was. So you whatever it is and how you were treated and what you were exposed to as a kid is going to shape you for the adult that you're going to be. That's the bottom line. So if you face that type of trauma, then you're going to be like that. And if a young man witnessed his mother speaking down to his father, he's going to feel like that's something normal because it's coming from his mother. So he's going to deal with women that treats him in the same fashion. And anything that you talking bad to, or anything that you do not water and edify and lift up, will not grow. So how could that even be possible? Like, it's backwards. You're supposed to speak to the kings and queens and our people, not in the manner of what they have been accustomed to.
Yeah, and I had a show. We went all over the place, and we went back to the old school. And
Mm-hmm.
when and this, I was at work today, and this young black female, she had a son in there.
Okay.
He was acting a fool. I told her, I told her, I said, if I would, I said, I was just like that. If I would act up like that in the store or somewhere else, I got my butt right in there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And now you know how you try to say something to your neighbor's kid, whatever.
Right.
They want to get mad, want to fight you.
It takes a village. It takes a
You
village to raise a kid, and we all know that. And I come from an old school where you got your behind beat outside or grabbed on, and they made sure you was alright. You was listen when you got upstairs and told your mama that happened, she finna beat you again.
yeah, and the thing is, it's like especially when you got older, they don't want to whip you no more. They put you on punishment,
Yes.
and your friend come to the door. They tell you
Yeah, you
go
can't
tell
come
your
outside.
yeah. They go tell you to tell your friend you can't come outside and play. You on punishment.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
that is embarrassing. And
Yep.
don't let them have to come home, had to come to the school, and leave their job, had to come to the school to get you.
I got my ass toe up many times.
But the thing is, when are the black men, the black women going to wake up? When
I
are they
don't
going
know.
to wake up?
I think the generations that are coming up behind us are in a different understanding, in a different way, because I think this mindset is definitely the mindset of destruction is dying out, because they're becoming more they're becoming more educated at a younger age, so they're not kind of falling for it. And the ways that they had imposed on us, Willie Lynch, all these thoughts and views, they're kind of being phased out, because as they think that because basically we're blending in, uh their eyes are open, information travels much faster. So I think the next generation will not allow themselves, generations behind us, will not allow themselves to fall victim to the same things that we did, because we are the reason why we're in a sunken place. We are the reason why we're in a sunken place as a race, as a culture, as a
Yep.
people. We are the reason why. You
See,
watch
and
YouTube and you see it right
yeah,
here in a space like this. It will
oh
tell
yeah,
you clearly. This is a clear depiction of what happens in the world. It's no different. YouTube is the world. This is
yeah.
real life. These are real people on this app doing these actions, and these are the same way that they conduct themselves in society, and wonder why they are not a foot ahead of what they should be. That's it. It makes no sense. We have the buying power. We Everything is marketed to us. Why are we broke? Why are we in poverty? Nothing is made for any other culture or race but us. It's marketed to us. We have we have the least percentage of ownership in anything, but we have the highest spending rate. We are the thing to market to, because what? We don't have one thought about our future or us being able to sustain wealth or residual income, because we're looking for it to be given to us by being an entertainer, by a hoop dream, by becoming an athlete, when you don't even realize that there's millionaires around you everywhere. Look at your light switch. Look at the
Hmm.
cap on the top of the ketchup. You don't know these people's name, but those people are wealthy. We want notoriety, and we are the type of people that have to, we flashy. We kings and queens by nature. So we want to have notoriety. We want to be seen, but that's not the way to wealth.
Hmm. And rather funny you mentioned about the cap, the light. And I did a show on black inventors,
Right.
and if they look around, some of this
Peace,
stuff,
sunshine. Uh-huh.
we look around. Majority of the stuff that we use was invented by black people,
Yes,
and some of the stuff that was invented by black people, it was taken. Some of it was taken away from them
of course.
because they didn't have the money for the patent, whatever.
Of course.
But think about it. Think about the street light. Just think, a black person invent the street light. What do you think would happen nowadays?
Accidents.
The gear shift in the car.
Yes.
It'd be like Fred Flintstone. and
Yeah, that's very true.
and there were some women's inventors too back there. The comb.
Yeah,
How y'all gonna go to the beauty salon to get your hair done without a comb?
that's very true. That's very true. They would depict us. The world would try to depict us as these aggressive, untamed, savage-like people that have no sense and have no abilities whatsoever. And we, as a people, start to believe and own that, when that's not true. Because it's no way in hell you would have so many crimes and so many things against black people from other races and other cultures, and you don't see that. You don't see us inflicting any harm on anybody but each other.
You're right.
So how could we be this crazy savage people, right? But we're not
Hmm.
inflicting or inducing any trauma or any harm on anybody but ourselves. Makes
Yeah.
no sense to me.
And to go off of that is baffled me. Let's take everybody say, I want a house, I want a house, I want a house. They go buy a house. I'm thinking, why go buy a house when you can go buy the property and the house you can pass on down? Which one would make more? Which would make more money sense? Buying a house, you own the house, or you get through paying for it, but you don't own the land. Or buying a
Right.
house that you can own, and buy the house and the land that you can own both of them, you can pass down to generation to generation.
Exactly.
And think about it, take a look at drug dealers. Let's take a look at big drug dealers. Okay,
Hmm.
this was about said they're about the smartest one in the world, right? Okay, you got steps to the big drug dealer, then you got the little one, then you got the ones on the street selling the phone. Actually, that's a business, right?
Yep.
Just think if they would have put their mind into, and some of them do put their mind back into real business to launder the money, right?
Right.
It's not that. Put away the men and black women. Some of them want money the fast money.
Right.
That's how I see it. They want fast money. Some of them want to go out there and earn it. Men and women that I want to black men and women don't do not want to go to a 9 to 5 job or this job right here to go earn it.
Right. But
And
you're
so
earning it to give it back to bills. You have to. There are people that are working and they have work ethic, but then they don't have the knowledge or the enlightenment or the tools or the access to having their or to growing their wealth or to be able to create residual and passive income. That's the game. Like in order for you to in America, in order for you to be able to be good, you have to have residual and passive income, money that you make without doing anything and getting up every day to go to a job. Job is just over broke. You need to be working in order to invest back into your people, your tribe, in order to get yourself out of poverty. So you know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
can't leave your kid no job. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you need to take that money and using it wisely, but you're keeping up with the Joneses, you staying in designer, you going out, you going to do this, you living up to uh what they put out in the world to tell you that is a standard of living when you need to be focusing on getting yourself out of poverty. Like that's the main objective. That's the goal. It doesn't matter how you do it because you can work for anyone, but that should be your building blocks. That
yeah,
should be for the building blocks for you to get yourself to a point because it's enough land, it's enough opportunity here for us to do everything. They have parts of the world that parts of the United States that still haven't been built upon. So it's just us wanting it our way and not realizing that the damage that we causing for our children and the tribe behind us, like, the
you're right.
generations behind us. They're supposed to be in a better predicament. You cannot inherit a job. Most people inherit debt when they lose their people. That's not fair because you're here and you're supposed to make it better for the generation behind you.
You're right. Respect to Sunshine. Respect to JJ Love just came in
Yes,
the
respect
house.
to everyone that came in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys.
And the thing is, they go. You mentioned the designer clothes and shoes, cars, and all that stuff. Okay, what if you don't think about little Johnny and little Susie, and little Ray Ray and Pookie and Keisha and all them? What they gonna do after high school?
Exactly. You know what's the problem in our community? You say things like this to our children, or people even say it to you. What do you want to be when you grow up? That shouldn't be an option. Your mother and father should be gearing you towards whatever they see that is an interest for you and cultivating that. Most people, if you meet a doctor in a Caucasian Asian families, most of them are doctors. If they
Yeah,
if their profession is police, then most of their family is police. If they're firefighters, then most of them are firefighters. If they're civil service, most of them are civil service because children do not understand what life is going to be like later on. You have to set them up for that. You have to tailor them into the direction in which they should be going so that they cannot be impoverished. Because when you live impoverished, you do not get to enjoy life. You're working for 60 to 67 years and then you age out and they put us in an age of society where we don't look to our elders for information. We're told that they're stupid and they don't know anything. And you know what I'm saying? You're old. Look to the youth who have no direction, who have no experience to tell you anything. So it's a backwards culture, and we have to flip the table and put things back in order for us to even get anywhere. Because the elders are supposed to be revered to for the help and leadership,
You're
not
right.
looked down upon because they're aging. That's where the wisdom is at.
And think about it. How I'm gonna ask you this question. How old was your grandmama? How old was your grandmother?
My grandmother was an old lady. My grandma was very old. Like when my mama had me, you trying to say?
Yeah,
My grandma was an old lady.
My grandma was old.
that's Kalani. That just had spoke. See, just take a just take a look back now. Just take a step back and look. Look how old grandmothers are now.
Hmm.
Look how old some of these mothers are.
Yeah.
The
But I
grandfather,
think that that's even better because they're youthful to some degree, so they can understand what the children are going through and what they're exposed to, and that should make it even better because you get a longer time with their grandmother. You get a longer time with these people and the information that they have within them. It shouldn't matter now like too much because um there are older women on this app that don't have no goddamn sense. So that
there
has
you
nothing
go.
to do with it. It has something to do with your connection to the Most High and what your core morals and standards is. That's it, your values. That's it. And you have to have an understanding that you want your people to have a good experience. We only know of this one life. And if we come here to work and toil our bodies down and then be aged out at 60 something to sit down and become old and pass away, what did you live? You worked to pay bills. You worked your body down into the hole to pay insurance. You worked your body down into the. You worked to pay for a car that you barely get to drive because you working from 9 to 5. Let's break down 24 hours. You don't get enough time. If you
You're right
working
about that.
8 hours and your kid is going to school from 8 hours, there go 8 hours that y'all separated. 8 hours sleeping. That's 16 hours going right there. So now
Mm,
we only got how many hours left?
8 hours left.
8 more hours. Take 2 hours for commuting and eating. We only got six. Take that for washing your behind and personal time. So cut it out. Like we are living the wrong way. And until we wake up and realize that and say we are stopping this bullshit, it's not gonna stop. So
Yeah.
do not look for them. You cannot go to the same people who oppressed you for your fucking freedom. That's the fucking problem.
Hey, let me
See,
ask you a question, Eve.
I'm sorry. Hey, how are you? I'm so sorry. I didn't even know
that's
somebody else
Kalani.
was on the platform. My
And
phone is
Kalani.
down. Greetings, greetings.
Hey, what's up, Eve? How you doing?
Yes.
Salute. I'm subbed up.
Okay, and I'll sub up to you. And again, I apologize, sir. I didn't even know you were on the panel with us.
Hey, yeah,
No,
he
it's
was on
all
there.
good. It's all good. I just wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
I believe that the emasculation of men is hurting our country.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I mean, making us think about transsexuals,
Yes.
the LGBTQ.
Yes.
I think it's making us confused. And the word says that he's not the author of confusion. And I'm like, wait a minute. I've been taught all my life that God is not the author of confusion, and this is confusing.
It is. It is. It's a cunning trick
Salute,
of the
salute
enemy.
Malaysia, and salute to the chat.
It's a cunning trick
Salute
of
to
the enemy.
you.
It's a very cunning trick of the enemy, and it's always geared to removing the man, and not because the black man is so powerful and so strong, but because that's the order of what the natural law should be. That's
And then
how the
trip this,
natural law is that.
and then trip this Eve, Miss Eve. Like
Yes.
what's killing me is that not only is it in the word, but it's also in a book that's not the word, which is
Right.
the Art of War, right, by Tong
Yes.
Su and
Yes. I read that book.
Japan,
Yes, I read
right?
that book.
So it's like the first thing you do is you take out the men.
Of course, because that's the
And
first
I'm
part of the
like,
sex.
I mean, how can't nobody see this?
They don't want to see it.
Why would they want to see that when everybody is a glory whore? If you get me, if you get my drift,
I
everyone
got
wants
you.
everyone wants to have the glory. See, they want to bake a cake, but they don't want to crack no eggs. Like that's what's happening here, and they want to be lift up on and get a sense of I did this when it means nothing at the end of the day. When you do not have the man standing there to be the head, we are the only people that break that cycle, and that's why we are in that predicament. Look at it. Where we come from, where we derive from, these men have several wives, as many wives as you can afford. But over here, a sassy black woman will argue with a man that cheated, leave her man, and go get with another guy to go through the same situation because we do not know our place. And the men, for some reason, are fearful of these wenches, so they will not stand their ground and address them in the way that they should.
I
But they
wanted to
will go
ask.
outside and fight their brother,
I
but they
want
won't put their woman in their place.
I want to ask the question, like, why, Eve? Why
Mhm.
is it like this? And I'd like for you to touch on that. Like, why is it like this?
Why is it like that? One is because if we came together, we would be a force to be reckoned with.
Facts.
Um, if we learn to put aside our differences and not be colorist towards lighter skin, brown skin, fat, skinny, this, that, and the third, and we would look at the objective and that we want to be free and free from enslavement and indoctrination from fucking lies, then we would have a chance to experience life. We come here, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and our human experience has been made to be turmoil, has been made to be tormented. There's no way in hell that there is a Bill Gates and then there's a man outside sleeping under the train. It does. We are the reason why that's like that, because each and every person of wealth is put there based on us subscribing or buying to whatever they're selling. And we will work ourselves. We will teach our children to get up and go to work to pay these people and keep them in power when they won't give a motherfuck about your black ass. And that's the fucking problem.
That's a big fat right there.
That's a
And the
big
thing,
fact.
and the
and,
thing,
and
what
excuse my profanity. I'm working on that. But you get a little bit
hey,
worked up when you think about it. I'm a little bit passionate about how my people are, or people in general, because the thing about it is that a lot of people are awakening and seeing what we've been through. But the plight of the black man has been one of the worst situations that's ever been in this world, and they know that. They will keep their foot on your neck, and when they can't do it, they'll make the woman put a foot on your neck. And when the woman loses out, they'll make the children get up and disrespect you, because we do not follow the natural law, and that's the
Ain't
problem.
well, you know what? And I would love to have more shows on this topic because I agree with you, Eve. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like there's a lot of guys that are emasculated right now, and they don't understand what I'm talking about from the Y2K show, Kalani Management. They don't understand
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying. Like I really feel strongly
Yeah,
that
but because they got,
men
yeah,
are
I agree.
being emasculated,
Mm-hmm.
and that is going to tear down our country as a community, as a black community.
Right. Because we're trying to fit in and live within a set of people, and live in the ways of the guises of what they've created, and they're our enemy, our natural born enemy.
You know what? Can I just say this because of business? I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but from business, I mean, I don't know if I want to tell our subscribers and supporters that they're the enemy because we got to get money.
Oh well, who's the enemy? Oh no, I don't. As far as who's the enemy?
Well, I'm just saying from a business perspective, I don't know if white, yeah, I don't know if
I'm not saying it doesn't even stop at Caucasian. So like it's the whole world views us as that way. Like we are why listen to what happens here. Listen to the psyche of what's going on here. Everyone thinks of us as being brutal, oh, savage people. Oh, grab your purse. There's a black person. But how is that when we're the people getting gunned down in the street, and we're the people who are docile and allowing everything to be taken away from us? The black man is being held captive to the black woman, but yet and still we're the savages that are out of control. You listen.
Eve, what do we say to the well, see, this is where I'm coming from. Like,
Yeah,
what do you say to the black person that's doing business? That's in a
I'm a
different
business owner.
aspect.
I
Yeah.
own 3 businesses.
No, no, no,
Me,
no. Okay,
yes,
okay. Hear what I'm saying. Hear
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, what do you say to the black entrepreneur that has to deal with white people, that has to deal with Assyrian people, has to
Uh huh.
deal with Jewish
What do you mean by
people?
that? Because I'm not a person that has anything to do with color. I don't believe in that. I don't believe
Okay,
Right.
that. Yeah, hold on. Let me address that to you. What I'm talking about is a self love and us connecting with each other. You see how when you go into the Asian markets,
Yep.
they really wouldn't give a shit about you. Hurry up and buy. That's the same
Yep.
concept as what we need to have. We don't have that unity. That's the unity that we do not have. Is what I'm talking about. We need to
Yeah.
have our stores being supported by other nations. Why is it that Asian people are selling hair products and it's a predominantly 90% by them, and they don't use none of the products that they're selling?
Bingo.
It's
That's a big fact.
okay,
facts.
That's a
but
big
they're
fact.
in charge of that, and you cannot get a market share in that. As a black woman nor a black man, could you have a beauty supply store and get access to none of those supplies that they have, and from where they're getting from their suppliers at all? You will never get that price, so you will never be able to maintain your business and pay the rent and pay your people because you're paying because you're upcharged so much. So that's the
Facts.
problem. I am never telling you to be against any other race. I'm telling you to be pro your people and fix the brokenness in it and get back in line so that we can live and experience a good situation. That's it.
Hey,
And be
hey,
one.
you should,
And be
hey,
one. Black first. Black first. I
hey,
feel you.
hey, you
That's it. I'm
just
not telling you I don't believe in that because I love all people, white, green, purple. Oh, they make people believe that color of
yep.
your skin means it means nothing. It's
But
the mindset. It's the
yeah,
mindset that's been taught to you. And we've been brainwashed and whitewashed to believe that we are beneath and we need to get out from something. We not. We are on the top just like everyone else is. The only thing is that we do not have the man in charge. That's our problem. The man is emasculated and a woman is put in the front, and women are emotional. We are emotionally driven creatures, no matter what we think or say.
Facts.
big fact. And I'm going to say this. See, me and Mondo started our Twin East network.
Thank you,
See, people,
Sunshine.
yeah, respect, Sunshine. Mondo, hey, give you fire emoji too.
Oh, thank you,
Eve.
Armando. I'm passionate about us because ain't nobody else passionate about us. And a lot of women don't ever want to admit, that we're the biggest problem and culprit in the situation. And we always want to be seen and we always want to be heard when we need to be more understanding, more compassionate, more loving. I'm not telling you to support and go ahead and give your all with all to a man that is not able to lead. But I'm telling you to edify and grow with him and grow in the spirit and have an understanding and a common objective for your offspring, like and for your people as a culture. Period.
Hey, let
That,
me
that,
ask you a question.
that,
Let me ask you a question because I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, D True.
it's just like me and Eve on the same wavelength right now. Me and Eve on the same
Mm-hmm.
wavelength on this. And if you go back and watch some of my videos and
Mm-hmm.
hey, you see how many people in the chat. There's a whole lot, bunch of people need to hear what we're talking about.
Right. They don't want to hear that though. It's too much like right.
And I did a series of know your rights. You know what I'm saying?
You
Mm-hmm.
know I
And
know that when I was there.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and there were that many people in the chat. I'm like, nobody that many people watching. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I said, I said right then, like I said, when me and Amanda built this network, listen to the word network.
Mm-hmm.
You know what our goal is?
Mm-hmm.
Be like Ted Turner, have our stuff on TV, have our stuff on. You can go to the and get an app
Right.
and watch it.
Right.
We're not satisfied right now. You know how some people get satisfied,
Uh-huh.
get content. We're not content where we at.
Uh-huh.
See, that's wrong with black, some of us black men, black women. They are content.
Uh-huh.
And just like he
Consent
said,
with what?
like when the COVID hit, oh, get what? Oh, he gave out the $1,400 stimulus, and they then all of a sudden say, oh, we're gonna give you some more, but they get a dime. But yet they don't want to stand in line. They don't want to stand in line to work hard to get somewhere to build up something. But they go around the corner and stand in line for them $300 pair of Air Jordan
Yep.
in the cold. Then it could be cold outside. They be standing outside before the store even open.
Yep. Because they're aware their value on their body, and they don't think about what's to come for the future, because they're not trained that way. They're not taught to think about that. They're not taught to think legacy building. They're not taught to think that. They're taught to think survival. And why are you in survival mode when you're here on God green earth, where there's so much things here? We were made to pay to live in a place that is free.
There you
uh,
go.
every bit of everything on this earth has been here and will be here when we're gone, and we are here paying to live in it, and we are paying with our total body and mind. We are paying with every bit of our soul and spirit to live here. Like, you have to, they took what's free from you. If they could sell you air, they would. They sell you water. It makes no sense. But we subscribe to it and we do nothing about it. And that's the reason why we're in this predicament. And if
Yeah,
people wanted to become out of poverty, it takes the same way to be 300 people in a chat at a time. If 300 people, and I know that they are able to have $100 every week. So every week there's $30,000 to go towards a business or a plot of land where we can build up and have a place that is for us, and to help edify and teach these children so that they can have something for their future. But that's not important. Put them
you're right.
Jordans on them. That's
Yeah,
more important. They're gonna grow out of them. They're gonna get scuffed up and thrown in the garbage.
you're right. And Estar had two good points.
No, baby.
Estar had two good points.
Yeah,
One
go ahead. I'm
said
sorry.
he said there is no reason why black women would support an Asian owned nail salon before they support a black owned nail salon.
Yes.
Then he came back and said, why should the Arabs own all these stores in the hood? Those should be 100 be black owned. Then he came back again and said, try and go open up a store in a Jewish neighborhood. See if they come support you, or would they go to another Jewish person store.
It gets big.
Big
It gets
fact.
big. That's very true. All of that is a big fact. But like I said in my live earlier, the word Jewish, they are living in a way that we should be living, and that's why we don't receive the abundance that we should, because we do not live and let the man lead, and that's our number one problem. And then the next thing is, because their dollar stays in their community about 18 to 20 times, they're gonna buy their bread from a Jew, they're gonna buy their fish from a Jewish, they're gonna buy their sneakers from a Jew, they're gonna buy their clothing, their hats, everything gonna happen in there. When they dollar have to come outside, it's because whatever it is they need, they are not having it in that community. We do not do that, because we have been told to think that the black man is a crook. How are you able to be brainwashed enough to believe that the person with the same plight as you and the same skin as you is a crook? Yeah, there's some of us who give it a bad name, but for the majority of us, if we are loving, very loving people of all the races, I'm going to tell you that from what I experienced, we have understanding and compassion, because it ain't no way, if we did, that the world would not be up in roars for what our ancestors went through, and for what we go through right now. You must be out of your damn mind. If we wasn't compassionate and loving people, we will burn this motherfucker down.
Hey, but you know what though, Eve, man, I'm loving what you're saying right now. I'm 100% behind you. The
Hmm.
truth, I'm 100% behind you as well. But I want to ask Eve a question.
Hmm.
Like Eve, like what you're saying. Have you ever heard of Angela Stanton?
Yes.
What do you think about her message?
I feel like, to me, from my own perspective, it can be a help to us and it can be a hindrance based on what society again takes and projects it as. It's all on how you receive it.
Now I will say this.
Yeah,
See,
hold on, Kalani. Hold on, Kalani. Hey, that why I've been telling some people. It's just like if you go to the church house or you watch it on TV, whatever.
Hmm.
The pastor is saying this, saying that, whatever. He preaching this, preaching that, whatever. You don't have to take all what he says. Just take
Yeah,
some of it.
take some of it,
Yeah, and
apply it
another
as
that,
needed.
yeah, and just think. Let see people see black people. Some black people fail to realize Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I'm talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma for, don't you?
Hmm.
Black Wall Street. See, people think the Caucasian did that because
Hmm.
of what that black kid did to the white woman. Supposedly did.
Uh-huh.
No, it wasn't because of that. Look, they had their own bank, own school, own hotel, own grocery store.
Hmm.
Why you think they really did that? Because they had their own stuff and they was flourishing.
Right.
And what do they don't like about some? See, and that was some black women, men and women don't like about some black men and women because they don't want to see other black men and women flourish because they not.
Right.
And
Yeah,
think
but
about
look, the residual effects from that is still affecting us today because
it. Yeah,
now black people are afraid to become unified and do that for those reasons. Maybe that has residual effects because everything that they do is for the shock factor to scare you into a certain mindset and to have you captive by fear. So that could be one thing. And then not only that, we always want to be seen. We don't have the ability to want to get together and build in private and then reap the rewards outwardly. We want them to see every step, and that's why we get stopped in our tracks. And a lot of the activists, a lot of leaders, a lot of people either face being their name being in a scandal, or their character being attacked, or they even die, get killed. A lot of things like that happen. So it's just like a stay put situation, the same way they did in that movie Roots. They chopped off his foot, they made him an example to make you realize that this will happen to you, so you will stay, and you don't want that to happen. And we are beyond that.
you're right.
We are
Uh,
way beyond that predicament in life right now.
yeah, and Astor made a big statement, which is so true. I seen it too, Astor. He said, "I see a successful black men, or successful black women spend 10K at a store and never ask for a discount. But the same dude was in a black-owned clothing store and wanted everything for free. Please make that make sense. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
That don't see. I don't seen that. Okay, you at a store and you at a store that not black owned, but you don't ask for a discount or can you have a free, but you go to another store that black owned asking for free and it is a discount. That don't make no sense to me. Why would you want to ask a black owned business owner for a discount when you can afford it? Cause we the same skin color and everything else. Oh, he back. Hold on, I'm bring it back up.
I'm sorry about that. I hit the button, I exit by mistake.
Hey man, but I just want to say,
Don't worry about. Don't worry about it. I just
I
read. I just hold on, Kalani. I just read as to other statement. It said
Okay.
that he seen several black men go into a store and never ask for a discount and spend
Uh-huh.
10K. But the same
Uh-huh.
dude was in a black owned clothing store and wanted everything for free.
Uh-huh.
He said,
hey,
"Please make that shit make sense."
hey. Well, first of all, it comes down to class.
Right.
I mean, I promise you, the truth. It comes down to class. It's
Why should it?
class. I
Why
mean, if
do
you're poor, if you're,
Kalani, Kalani,
oh,
Kalani?
hey
I ain't
man,
gonna. I ain't, look.
hey
I'm not
man,
even
hold
gonna.
on. What do we? I'm not trying to talk over you, brother. I was trying to make a
Not,
point, but go ahead.
no. But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna put that on class.
I'm
You go
going
ahead.
to put it on class, but go ahead.
You know why? Hey, you know why I said that, Kalani?
I'm going to put it on the rich and the poor. You can
Nah,
do what you want. You can
nah,
say
nah.
what you want. But
But what I'm saying,
if you're poor, you're talking about poor things. If you're rich, you're talking about rich things. But go
no,
ahead, bro.
no. He said a black. He said a black man that goes in the store and spends 10K. Now, listen very carefully, which is not at a black-owned store, but go to a black-owned store, want something for free or a discount. Make that make sense. But he can afford. But he can afford it. But he go to another store, spend 10K. But he wants to come in a black-owned store and want something for free at a discount.
Salute Faith DS. Hey, I just want to say, man, for real though, it's all about class. And I don't know what
What do
you
you
feel
mean? Can you
about this.
elaborate that? What do you mean by
Okay,
class?
that's what I was trying to do, but he kept
Go
cutting me
ahead.
off.
Well,
Go
I would
ahead. Go
love to
ahead.
hear you elaborate. How is that about class? I would really want to understand that.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kalani.
All right. My thing is when I started having money as an African American, my thinking was different. When I was the manager, when I was the executive, next to the boss, all of those things. Now, other people in the chat, they may say, nah, 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 it ain't class. But in my opinion, I was one way when I was working, and then I worked my way up into management, dealing with the boss and the contractors and the money people in the bank, and I had to, pay payroll and things of that nature. It was a different dynamic. It was a whole different realm of thought than the way I felt when I was just working, just trying to make my paycheck. It was different when I got in management and I was dealing with the money in the bank and I was in management. It's just different. And I don't understand what you mean when you say it's not about class. Like, what do you mean? Like, when I was poor, middle class, whatever you want to call that, I mean, I was thinking one way. But when I'm paying payroll or when the boss sends me to the bank with the budget and I have to make the budget and I have to deal with everybody's payroll. It wasn't about class, it was about performance.
But you saying it's about class. So for him, got that making 10,000 and go to another store and spend 10,000 without asking for free stuff or discount, but he can't go and spend that 10,000 in a black-owned business.
I
Well,
guess
then
that what I'm
that
trying to
doesn't make any
say.
sense to me
I,
because if it's
yeah,
about class,
I guess
if they
that what
spend,
I'm trying to say is that if
Yeah.
you're, you might say 10,000, but if I walk into a store with 100,000, first of all, the way I'm treated is different. I'm getting everything that I need and I want. I don't have no problems. Everybody's calling me Mr. Stewart, you know. Nobody's saying colony management. Nobody's saying seven. They're saying Mr. Stewart at that point. So that's what I mean about class.
But the thing is, would they? I'm like this right here. So you, if you was like that, so you would. So you said you wouldn't go to a black-owned business because of how they would treat you
No,
if
I
you had
think
the
I
money.
would get. I think I would get a better discount, Detru. I think I would get a better discount if I was a very wealthy black man going into a black business. That's just because of the way we do things as a culture. But I think it's about
that's just
that.
baby. That's just the way we do things because of indoctrination. That's
Yeah.
just the way that we do things because of that. Because the one thing that you did say that I personally feel is truth is that there are no such thing in the world as race to the powers that be. It's
Facts.
only poor and
Facts.
rich. That's it.
There you go.
Facts.
The
There you go.
only thing that you
Facts.
should be thinking about is buying yourself out of poverty. It doesn't
Yep.
matter about anything like that. It's about being poor and rich. That will change your experience
Facts.
in this world. And the
Facts.
reason why black people go to businesses and expect to have a discount is because they're looking for the deal, the whatever it is, because we came to become bargainers, and that's a trait that we learn and understand. Sometimes it can be because we're being selfish and we don't respect the other person's whatever it is because of self-hatred, which was taught to us. So we revert it as you ain't shit because I ain't shit. And that's the reason why we come across to each other in that way and not respect each other's businesses. And it's not because I just have a disdain towards you. It's because I have a natural disdain towards black myself. That's the real problem.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Miss Eve and D-Truth?
Yeah.
What do you guys feel about black people that have a disdain towards poverty?
What do you mean?
I have a disdain, like I have a hatred of poverty.
I have a disdain towards poverty too, because if it's 5 of y'all together, it should be no reason, because 5 people together can make a difference. So if you worked minimum wage job and it was 5 of y'all and y'all only bring home $10 an hour, that's $400 a week. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. That's what? That's 2 bands right there a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's 2. And in a month, that's $8,000. You can make a fucking hell of a difference. And that's the problem.
Yeah, right.
You know why they won't get out of poverty?
Right.
Because they will sit there and look at each other and say, oh, I only got $1 and you got $1. And with $1, I could buy a pack of noodles. But if we put our $5 together, we could buy a pack of meat and some goddamn rice. But we ain't going to do that.
And think right here. I look at some of these Hispanics, you know what I'm saying? Look at what they do.
Shit.
Correct me if I'm wrong now, Eve. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I believe in what you're saying.
Respect Faith, yes, she came in the house.
Hey, Faith. Mm-hmm.
I just hate it when people, I hate it when people talk about like, this is the way it is, when there's a difference in class from the person that's saying this is the way it is. If you're rich and you're saying this is the way it is, that's one thing. But if you're poor and you in poverty and you're just barely trying to survive, then you're thinking a whole different way from rich people. You don't even think like rich people. You don't even know how to think like rich people.
And how could that even be a thing when we only get one life? How can you ever want to be anything but not in poverty in your one life? I don't even understand that. No, you're not passing down no false doctrines to me. I am not being indoctrinated by anything that you did. I want to do exactly the opposite of what you're doing, because it's kept you in a slave mentality and kept you in poverty. Like I'm not buying into none of that shit. Right. You better go the whole other way. So you think that? Hold on a minute. You think that they're gonna you think you tell me the recipe to KFC? You don't know it. You think somebody gonna give you the recipe to success? If they tell you to go left, you better go motherfucking right. Because they ain't finna tell you how to get your ass up out of no poverty. The one thing that they're not gonna show you that. So it's a choice. It's a mindset and a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. It is a choice at this point. It is not being forced on you. Poverty is not being forced on you in the way that you think it is. It is a choice, because you getting up and you working a dead-end job for 40 years thinking that you're gonna get something out of that. No, make the sacrifice, work 5 hard years, and then you will lay up for the rest of your life. That's it.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you got some of these black men, black women. I keep see them calling it down the line with these, right? That some of them drop out of school, don't have the license, don't have the paperwork. They get this job, right? They get a job, they play it decent, and they quit the job. Oh, I don't like the boss. I don't like the boss.
Stupid.
I don't like the hours. But the thing is, why you keep quit that job when you got nothing to fall back on?
Mental illness.
Mental illness.
And then on top of that job had medical and all that other benefits and life insurance. That life insurance. How many?
And they want all black people to feel bad because they made stupid choices, Eve. D-Truth, they want us to feel bad. Like all black people in the next generation coming after us, we're supposed to feel bad for them for making dumbass, stupid ass choices.
I got a question. I got a question for Kalani, Eve, and the chat, and all the people that going to be watching this on replay. Eve and Kalani, y'all can share this
Yeah,
on y'all channel because this need
yeah.
to be heard. Say it. How many black men and black women got life insurance policy, got insurance, got medical? How many percentage do you say got all of that stuff?
Mm. A small percentage.
How many?
It depends because a lot of jobs is giving them that, and I don't want to sit here and kick down my people because we have evolved a lot. So a lot of people are paying insurance. I know young people who have insurance, but I don't think nearly as any other race has it. I think that we're far behind.
No, we not.
You know what? My answer to that is it goes to class. It's what we're talking on or what we're tapping in on. Somebody got a feedback. Is that me or
That's
Mrs.
you.
or D-Truth?
That's you, Kalani. But
No, 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 I don't. I got the I
now
got
you
the
don't. Now you don't. Now you don't. Go ahead.
how about now?
Oh, you good?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I think it all comes down to class, just like we're saying. Like, you get somebody that, they're making $24,000 a year. They're thinking this some type of way, like a majority of the people. But if you're making 65, $70,000 a year, you're really not thinking the same way. And you guys let me know if I'm telling the truth or not. Like,
But you got to look at it this way. What are they going to do with all of that? And or they going to do something positive with it? You see what I'm saying? See, it's just like you take somebody, get an escrow account. Hey, you know about escrow account, right?
of
Of
course,
course.
How many do if you take somebody and put it? I don't care. You take $10 out of every check and put it in the escrow account. You know what I'm saying? Go keep putting it in the escrow account.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get it out to a certain amount of number of years. But guess what? That money sitting in there, guess what? It gained the interest on it. You see what I'm saying?
facts.
And that's what I'm trying to get our brothers and sisters in our neighborhood to see. You see what I'm saying? What this channel is all about, trying to teach and and nurture people, our brothers and sisters. Hey, this is where we got to go, and this is what we got to do.
I
If they
totally
listen,
agree. I totally agree
if
with you,
they
D-Truth and Miss Eve. I just believe that the conversation is kind of like talking to Chinese with all due respect until our class comes up, until black people are richer, until black people got more money, we're gonna like have odds at what we speak on. Because I know black people that are doing well and they don't have the same conversations that black people that don't got no money got.
Because they're not in poverty anymore. And that sounds really classist and egregious. Because how could that even be the mindset to even have that? Because a certain percentage of black people are middle class, or they because they're not living hand to mouth, a paycheck to paycheck, then their conversation isn't that. Their conversation should be that it's an effect for all of us. Am I my brother's keeper? That should be the understanding. We as a culture, we as a people are suffering. And because three or four of us make it out of it, who's turning back to help the situation? Because they left you back here to believe in um an indoctrinated Christianity. Because I believe in the Most High God. Don't get me wrong, but I don't believe in nothing that they shoving to you in the concept in the way that they are. Because that's what have people waiting for help that they're not going to ever receive in this lifetime. You need to
that
get up and make it happen and make it shake for you and your family. And you don't need to have the spotlight on you for that. You don't need to be you don't need no notoriety for doing what you're supposed to do. You don't need people sitting up here. I pay my bills. You supposed to. I take care of my kids. You're fucking supposed to. You don't.
Yep.
It's no award for that.
No, it sure isn't. And this won't get. Don't get me wrong. There are some.
They need to stop
Spec-
giving their money to the church and to the pastor and to buying themselves out of all the damnation they think they in, and figure out a real truth plan and understand
they,
it. And there's no
they,
way you cannot buy salvation. I don't give a damn how much you tithe. All praise due to the Most High. You
Hey,
cannot buy
hey,
salvation.
Miss Eve, Miss Eve,
preach
Miss
it.
Eve. Hey, but please, Miss Eve, tell me that you're not telling me not to give my tithes this week to
I
my
ain't
church.
telling you what to do. I don't give a damn. I said you do what you gotta do. I said you can't.
Because I'm
You
gonna give my
cannot buy
tithes.
salvation.
Hey, but you know what? Because it took me years to learn how to give my tithes and forget about it.
Well, go ahead and do what you got to do, because if you're doing
Now,
that under
the
the
whole
behest,
thing
whatever
about
your
telling
reason
you,
is,
What's
let it
that,
be your
Kalani?
reason. But you better have a better understanding.
Let her finish.
no problem, Miss Eve. The hardest thing for me was do my tithes, forget about it. That's 10% of my money. I'm not even thinking about it no more
Right,
after I
right,
do it. And that's what I'm supposed to do. But I
right,
understand where you're coming from. Like
right.
it took me so many years to like, okay, my tithes is my tithes. I ain't got nothing to
Mm,
do. Tithes
mm,
is tithes. 10%.
mm-hmm.
See,
That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show, brother. But
hey,
I wouldn't even
hey,
get into that. My people suffer for lack of knowledge, and that's what it
there you
is.
go.
And that's
Hey,
the real reason why we in the predicament we in. We suffer for lack of knowledge. If you knew how, if you knew how not common sense was, you would understand why we in the position
You
that
gonna
we
maybe
in.
change my check. You gonna maybe change my check this week.
You need to. You need to go on because Pastor good.
yeah.
So you going on and you tell me how much of that money Jesus got. You let me know.
Hey,
You let
I
me
look
know.
like
You let me know how many of these widows and these people, because the building fund is gonna be there 50 more years. So you just
yep.
going on and let me know. Okay.
Miss Steve, and it's always a building fund. No,
I bet it is.
Yeah.
The building always needs something, but you
Hey,
need something too. And if your
and,
church ain't a sanctuary and a haven for you to go to for the same way you tie with them, then I would not be doing that, sir. You got
yeah.
to have common sense now. You can't
I
be
understand.
blindly giving no money to nobody thinking that you're gonna get a reward. It don't work like that.
No,
It
I
do
understand.
not work like that.
I don't do the
He gave
tithes.
you the
I don't.
spirit
I
of
don't do the.
discernment and understanding. It's
I
only
know
when you
myself.
want, huh?
I know myself. I don't give up the ties for anything I'm gonna get. I really don't. I I'm learning. It took years. Like I'm not even. If I don't get nothing back, if I get
You
something back, if
Well, that's why I might need to go on and get me a church.
no, so I can wait.
I,
I'm with
I
you. I'm
might
with
as well go on and get me a
I'm with
church.
you. I'm with you. I'm
you know what you can't.
contributing.
You know what you can't do.
What?
Your little business you got. Hey, it be business by Monday through Friday, but on Sunday you know what to do, don't you?
Yeah, turn into a church.
I got. I'm gonna send the money. I'm gonna send the money.
See,
Yeah, but nobody that hear this think that I listen. I'm a God serving and fearing woman. I believe in the Most High. I believe that that there's a bigger force and a power than me. But I believe that men get down there and take the word and switch it up for their benefit, and they get down here and get up in your head. And we know that the Bible was used against us, not for us, to
yep.
edify us. You know what I'm saying? That's the oldest book in the world. It's a guide. It's a compass. Basic instructions before leaving Earth, and people use it for whatever reason. However, you let people get up and get in your head with it, that's on you. But I'm telling you for a fact, have a
It,
clear understanding of what you're doing, because a lot of the stuff that is in is from history and from what was happening for a reason. Check out why they were tithing, and you will have an understanding of what
yeah.
tithes is. Don't
Can
let
I
no
just
pastor
say
tell you
this?
what
Can I
tithing
just
is, because you know what
can
the
I just
pastor
say this
name
and
is.
then
His
hey,
what
can
name
I
is
is
it?
just say this and then you
Pastor
got
Offering.
Yep.
it's your show, bro. I just want to say this. The reason that the reason that I understand what you're saying, Miss Eve and D Truth, like I really totally understand what you guys are saying. Like, but my thing is this: um, the ties from one perspective is exactly what you guys are saying, but there's another perspective, you know. I don't want the earthly gifts, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. I want to build up my stuff and you know, it all depends
And
on
that's
how
the problem right there,
There you
because you
go.
are really you. So let me tell you about this. So what do you feel about the Arabs that believe in that? Go ahead and put this bomb on you, and you're gonna get 72 virgins when you get on the other side from from Allah. How you feel about those people
you know I
going
think
on and be a sacrifice because you're doing it for
There you go.
this reason,
you
right?
know I think
You
Hey, she
sound
making the
crazy,
tough
bro.
question.
You sound
they need
crazy.
professional help. They need
Yep.
Come on.
professional help.
Okay, so and you don't need professional help. You saying that the reason
No,
why you're tithing is because later on down in your spiritual realm, the Most High is gonna remember that and reward you because you gave some money to Bishop Earl over there. Come on,
that's a
bro. Come
big.
on. You can't
Hey,
be speaking out two sides of your mouth.
first of
That don't
all,
make no sense.
hey, first of all, Miss Eve, that makes a lot of sense what you're
No, it
saying.
doesn't.
No, what you're saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you said what you're
I'm
saying. I'm gonna say
agreeing.
no, it
No,
doesn't.
Miss Eve, I'm agreeing with you. I
Okay,
think
okay,
that makes a lot of sense what you're saying, and
okay.
I feel like how if you asked that question and then somebody gave an answer like I gave,
Hmm.
then I can understand your answer. Like because what's the difference? So
What is
There
the
ain't no
difference?
difference.
It's
hey,
Ain't
exactly
no
the
there's
same
difference.
there's
thing.
no realistic. I mean, because I guess in the Christian life or whatever, it's kind of crazy. So
Hmm.
I guess there's sometimes in the Christian life, you know, especially on a panel, you know, whatever. I guess there's no answer sometimes.
But
I
they
think
spooked you, and they don't want to say that there's no answers. But they create you into spookism to make you be fearful of a God that created everything in unison. The water resides right there at the beach, right at the
Yeah.
sand. At that, it stops right there. The moon rises. The sun rises and sets. All that's happening. It rains when the earth needs it for the most part. All these things is in alignment, right? And the trees are there for oxygen. Everything was given to us, the berries and the food to eat, even the animals that you want to get out here and eat. All that's there from a creation, a creator that has created us in love and unison with nature, right? But yet they want you to be fearful and think that these ways and views that you cannot reach out and deal with him, that you need to go through the pastor, the bishop, the this person, the diocese, the this. That is ridiculous.
hey, let me
He is
ask you a
within
Hey,
question.
you.
hold on, hold on,
That
hold on,
is
hold on,
within
hold on,
you. That is
hold
your
I'm
on,
sorry,
somebody.
connection.
D-Truth.
Can't
I'm
nobody
sorry.
go to God for you. That sounds
I'm
crazy.
sorry. I'm sorry, D-Truth. Go ahead, man.
See, and it's just like, see, I see what I've been seeing what you come from. You already know I've been
Me
seeing what
too.
you came
Me
from,
too. Me too.
and and
Me too.
and, and think about it. They talk about the Bible. Look how many times the Bible been rewritten, right?
Right.
It wasn't written for us. Just like the Bill of Rights and the Constitution wasn't written for us.
It damn sure wasn't.
And take a look at the Star Spangled Banner, the nation's United States national song. Hey, some black people think that is the whole song.
Hey, you
It's
know what?
not.
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you both a question. Like, I'm love. Well, first of all, salute to the panel. Salute to the chat. Thank you for supporting D Truth. Hit that cash app. Hit that
That's
like.
right.
You know what I'm
Get it?
saying? And respect to the panel.
It's
But
one of
I
the
just,
best panels that I've ever been on. I
hey,
like
me
this.
too, me too. Hey, I gotta ask you, Miss Eve, though. Like
Yes.
I guess I would consider myself in this conversation a strong Christian man, right? But, 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 but,
Here it
Let
comes.
me.
but, but,
Here
but,
it comes.
let me say, I'm a sinner saved by grace, right? So
Okay.
I don't even see it the same way that other people may see it. Amen, right?
Right.
But my thing is this, like I don't think I'm gonna stop based on our conversation tonight.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't
I'm
because
not
it's
gonna
what you
stop.
believe.
I'm not gonna stop tithing and things like that. But
You
I
shouldn't.
understand. I just want to say that I understand where you and D Truth coming from, but I ain't gonna stop tithing. You know.
Okay, so
But
let me ask you a question since you ain't gonna stop tithing. Do you
Uh-oh.
celebrate holy days? Do you celebrate Easter and things like that?
you know what? I celebrate the
That's
Sabbath.
a
I
yes or no
celebrate
question.
Easter. I celebrate the resurrection. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
See with
So
me,
you are definitely a devout Christian.
But I will say this: I don't think that. Now, let me just say this, Miss Eve and D-Truth. I don't think I'm a devout Christian.
I
but
think you are. You just said that you still celebrating a resurrection when
But even with that,
Easter is the
even with
worship of the
that,
goddess Ishtar, which is
I'm
the
learning.
goddess of
I'm learning.
fertility, and that's
I'm
why we
learning.
have eggs in it. Like, go break it down. Go follow the real truth. Follow the
Yep.
real people who are following Christ. Don't follow the watered down version of what Christianity has been told to you. Get up in there and find out the truth and what you're serving, because you think that you're gonna be able to tell, you believe in the Most High and you believe that the afterlife you're gonna meet up with your Maker and He's gonna reward you. Is He not gonna discipline you too? Because
Fact.
you doing pagan worship.
There you
Fact.
If
go.
you're celebrating anything to do with the resurrection that's
Man,
based on an
I
Ishtar,
love.
meaning a goddess of fertility, then you're doing pagan worship. So I think you need to go ahead and go past your pastor and get on up in that truth and
Hey,
that word and figure it out for yourself.
this is
Hey,
one of the
Okay?
best panels. Hey, D-Truth, this is one of the best panels I've ever been on. Thank you,
Get on
Miss
up in
Eve.
there and
I love it.
don't
Hey, because you know what? I believe that what you're saying, you and D-Truth, is very thought-provoking, right?
Mhm.
I don't
we
know if
deep
it'll.
thinkers. We
I
deep
don't know.
thinkers.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll shake me on what I do every week, but
Well, it
I'm
has nothing
thankful.
to do with that because you're buying salvation. You're not
Yeah.
gonna not pay the money because you think that something bad is gonna happen or you have karmic energy behind it. Well, what you really need to do is get in that word that you're doing this based on and get a truthful understanding, because you owe that to whoever's behind you, whatever
Yep.
that is. Now that's, and on in all seriousness, like I'm not trying to make you do anything. You should
Miss
be
Eve is
making
slick
Uh,
this
yourself
to me.
dig
No, I'm
into the
just
truth
playing.
and
I'm just
figure
nah.
playing.
out what it
I'm just
is.
playing.
Yeah.
Miss
It's
Eve
just
is
like
slick this in me.
yeah. But see,
Maybe the
I'm
Most
just
High
playing.
sent me to tell you these things, because
I'm
He
just
said
yeah.
wherever
playing.
two or three are gathered in a topic concerning His name, He's in the midst. So
In the
maybe this is
midst.
the edification for you, sir. Maybe it's a
Yep.
moment for you to wake up.
Well, thank
See,
you. Thank you,
uh,
Miss Eve.
Yes,
see,
all praise, all
Hey,
praise.
Kalani, respect Lovey Star. She just joined
Hi,
us in the house.
Lovey.
Hey, Lovey.
See, it's like this right here. The bottom line is, you see how that subject that I put up there. You see how that
Uh-huh.
subject, who is to blame for the downfall of the black community?
Mm-hmm.
And you see all these,
Christianity could be it too.
yeah.
I think
You
the
know,
emasculate. I think that what we was talking about before we started talking about Christianity was what's
but that
happening
part
with
of it,
the emasculation of
It's a
men.
big part of it too,
and
though.
a very big
That's a
part
big
of it,
part of it too.
very big part of it.
You know, the
See,
art of war says that the best way to win a war is to take out the men.
we know that, but the thing is,
And
we
give and another part is to give people false hope, to have them believing and
Right.
waiting on something that's never going to be delivered or come, and they're
Fact.
waiting for the sky to open up and deliver them these things, or to point down at them,
Fact.
and everyone is in fear of that, so they live like that until they die or till
Fact.
they're too old to make a difference. What do
Fact.
you
see.
mean?
True. True.
I see. I'm
Go
give you
read the songs of Solomon and you'll
No,
see
you're
what the
right.
yeah,
truth
You're
is.
right. I've done it.
yeah.
I've done it. That's why I'm
The
like,
hell you talking about?
no, I'm with
Hey,
you. I'm with you, Steve.
hey,
I'm with you.
see, this what see this type of conversation that we need to be having. See, this. I wish we could do this outside somewhere in the daylight so people can hear us. So
Right.
some black folks can hear us. We
They
might,
might jump on us. They might.
They're gonna jump
hey,
on us.
hey,
They
look
might
here.
jump on us.
I wouldn't care they jump on
Look,
us.
look, let's do it in the middle of the night where they can just come and hear us later on. You don't even
but
know what kind
hey,
of
but
backlash we might have been getting if the chat was full. They would have probably tore us to pieces. Sitting up here messing with their
Amanda,
good old Christianity.
Don't be messing with Christianity.
Don't you do it.
Armando, Armando, whoever's one of my moms that's in the chat, drop E James
Please drop Eve's podcast.
podcast her channel on there, and Kalani's in the chat for me, please.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it. I
Thank
told you
you.
I was
Thank
waiting
you.
on it
I
for 2 days.
appreciate
You
that.
told me. You said he was gonna
Thank
have
you,
this live. I said
D.
I ain't gonna miss it.
Hey, I would love to have a panel with you, Miss Eve, on my show as well. You know, like
Of course, I'll come by there, but
I
make
like
sure
what
you
you
get your good.
I
Make
like
sure you
what
get
you're
your
talking
church,
about.
the church folk in order. I don't want
I like
nobody
what
beating me
you're
with no tambourines and hats.
no, I like what hey, you know what? The thing is, I like what you're
the
talking about.
tambourine man.
I like what you're talking about. Hey, you know
You
what?
know where I get that from, don't you? You know where I got that from, don't you? The
Who the
tambourine man.
tambourine man?
Hey, you watch Tyler Perry talk about he want to stay for talk about the tambourine man.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. This
the
this
bottom
a
line
good
is,
panel, and this some good clean panel. When I get off this, I ain't gonna feel dirty afterwards. I ain't gonna feel guilty about cussing nobody out. This is a good one right here.
That's what's up.
see,
It's
that's
one
why I
of the
can't
best
come on your
panels I've
panel,
been
E.
on.
E. See, that's why I can't come on your panel. Know why?
Why?
I kind of be your you know, you got that good angel, the bad angel.
Yeah,
There.
you do be that good angel. When I see you come in the chat, I kind of straighten up anyway. I
Me
say, you
too.
know what?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
mind my manners. Here come
yeah.
the truth.
There you go. All right, there you go.
Hey, but think about it. What you just said, what you said earlier. Think about when they were talking about when year 2000 was coming.
Yes.
2K. What they said? Oh, everything
The
gonna shut
world
down,
gonna
all
be
that
over.
stuff.
The machines ain't gonna reset. We need to ho ho ho. And
2000 came and went.
yes, it did.
I
They
didn't
waiting
believe
for
it.
the end of the world. The end of the world happens every day for somebody.
Yeah.
So I got to tell y'all, this is a great interjection because I mean, our show, called the Y2K Show, and the reason why is because on December 31st, 1999, Pops and I, you know, we decided we was going to change our lives, and we
Mm-hmm.
got an opportunity to see this world from the very beginning of this new century until today.
Mm-hmm.
That's been 22 years. And
Mm-hmm.
looking at it from that lens, it just gives us a different perspective. Pops and myself, the Y2K show, Kalani Management, everything that we're doing with D-Truth and Armando and everybody, and everything that we're doing with Steak and you, Miss Eve, and all these things. We get a
I
chance.
love
Evie
it.
is
I
part.
love
Hey,
it. I love
hey,
it.
hey, Kalani. I forgot to tell you, Evie is part of the state.
That's what's up. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Show him.
we got a chance to see things a little bit differently, but we got a chance to see it from the lens of, okay, so when you say we want to change our lives, we changed our lives on December 31st, 1999, before the new century, and this is the way we've always been since that time. And
Mhm.
it's a different view, if that makes sense, because some people have changed their lives in 2005, you know, some people changed their lives in 96 or, you know, whatever. But from 1999 until this day, until this panel, we've been different than the way we was before December 31st, 99. And that's, I mean, it just gives you
See,
a different lens.
yeah.
Mm.
See, let me put it this way, Kalani. Every day, every day, I don't care what race you is, I don't care you black, white, whatever,
Mhm.
male, female, whatever.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter where you change your life. One thing you got to remember: when you change your life, don't do it for somebody else. You got to do it for yourself.
For
Facts.
yourself. That's the
Facts.
only way it's gonna stick.
Facts.
Cause you do it, try to do. It's just like I'm going back to the drugs again. Cause alcohol, I don't care what you are, alcohol or coke, crack. I don't care what people fail to realize. Money is a drug. Gambling
Facts.
is a
Yes.
drug.
Sex is a drug.
There you go. And
Anything that you
Money,
can have an
money,
addiction to
money,
is
money
a
is the
drug.
drug.
I said that. See, if you say I'm gonna change cause my kids, I'm gonna change cause my wife, I'm gonna change cause my girlfriend, I'm gonna change cause my boyfriend, I'm gonna change because I'm trying to keep this job. But yet you still go hang around the same people in the same places that you've been doing it and been around. You think anything gonna change? Nope.
Nothing.
I, I don't care. You say I'm gonna change for myself and still go hang around other people. You're not changing nothing. What are you changing?
Hey,
Nothing.
I got a question for both of you guys. Like, well, I'm gonna ask you specifically, D Truth, but I'm gonna ask you in a roundabout way, Miss Eve.
Okay.
How old are you, D Truth?
Huh?
How old are you?
Old enough.
Okay,
Okay.
Eve, roundabout. Miss Eve, roundabout. How old are you?
Old enough to do it and old enough to
Okay,
like it.
all right. Do y'all remember?
Hey,
Hey, do
Kalani,
y'all remember?
Kalani, look, I should have stopped you before you asked her age. See, some
Yeah,
women
I
ain't gonna
know.
tell the age. You already
You
Yeah,
know
don't
that.
ask no woman their
woman.
age.
That's
No,
why
well
I said,
I'm seasoned.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah, I like that. That's a
Hey,
great answer.
Kalani. And on Friday, as Friday night, Saturday, you will find out how old I am. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right
All
now,
right.
T True.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
yes,
think
I
I
am a
love you a
Virgo.
little bit more.
Yeah, yes, I am a Virgo. So
Oh, you are a
that's what.
Virgo. You got my heart. I'm a Libra. You got my heart for true.
The
See,
reason that I asked that was because okay, here we are, we're older got people, men
Hmm.
and women, but I'm looking at our future generations,
Hmm.
our kids, right? And
Hmm.
I promise you, whether you believe it or not right now, they're going to think about class. They're not going to think about race no more in the future. They're going to think about class. I'm rich or I'm poor.
It's always been that. And the
it's
only
always been
reason why
that.
you're saying that's it's always been that, but we have been caught up in the indoctrination to believe the lie that it's been about race, and it's always been about rich or poor. It's
Thank you.
never mattered. It's
Fact.
always been about that. What do you?
That's
Why
it.
would you think that there's a house nigga and a field nigga? It's
Please.
always been about rich and poor.
Rich,
Like
poor.
you cannot listen. Your eyes got to be wide open, not wide shut,
There
because
you
there's
go.
nothing. It has nothing to do with that. It does not matter
You
at
right on
all.
that.
They
I
And,
trick
agree.
you to believe that they care about color. They don't
I
give a
agree.
damn about that. You know
They
what it's
don't care
about?
anything
Who
about color,
has the people's
money.
attention and who has
yeah,
the ability to sway the public. That's why they go after our leaders or any influential people and want to tarnish your image so that you will not have a say so for the people that are following you.
And it
That's
don't
the
matter
whole
whether
reason
you
for it,
black or
because
white.
you can enlighten them and tell them something the same way you can tell them to buy. When you could pick up that soda and you have a celebrity pick up a Pepsi can and now everybody want a Pepsi. The same way that person that has any type of following or ability to gain any traction can tell these people it's
You are
not
so
about color. It's about being rich or poor. And
you are
everybody
so
light bulb will turn on and life will be totally different. And
yeah,
that's the reason why they control you the way that
speak
they do.
on it. Man,
it
would
cause,
you preach? Preach.
I'm
cause,
telling you, it don't have
hey,
nothing to do with that because it's in the
yeah,
masses. It's about keeping you down and indoctrinated. Listen, I'm gonna take it even deeper for you. You think it's about rich and poor, but really, what it's about is who's selling and who's the goddamn fool buying. That's
yeah,
the real truth.
and
It's about sellers and buyers. That's it.
you're right,
And they
you're
are
right.
selling us
Big fact.
everything, and we are buying it.
Yeah,
Okay,
and think about this. Not just, not just the black community. See, think about it.
everybody is.
Think about it. White community, that's rich and poor. You know
Facts.
what I'm
Yes.
saying? Asia,
Well, they
all,
call them poor white trash.
yeah. Look at the
Facts.
Asian. Look at the
Facts.
Asian, Arab,
Facts.
Hispanic.
Facts.
List goes on and on and on.
Because the only thing that matters in this country is the almighty dollar.
And if
And
you're
what they say
smart,
there,
and if you're
and
smart, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, no, no. It is the game for you to get down with because the only way to get your ass out of slavery and poverty is through wealth.
Get your money.
yeah,
You can only listen. The only way to get out of it is to buy yourself out of it. You have to buy your freedom out of here. You have to get up out of the trenches. And the trenches meaning you got to get out of the mundane. You're living in a cycle that you didn't create. You're living in a cycle that's made perpetually to hold you down.
Man,
Idiot.
the reason I believe what you're saying is
It's
because
the
Miss
truth.
Eve, the reason that I believe what you're saying on this panel, D Truth and Miss Eve, is because man, when I was working, I was working for my company and then I moved up. then I started moving up. Yeah, I became a manager, then I became assistant manager, then general manager, and then I became, I'm the person paying the bills. I'm the person going to the bank. I just can't fire the person because of what I feel. This person got a whole family, and now, if I fire this person, it's not just about that person, it's about their family.
Right, exactly.
It's like, oh man, I don't like this dude, personally, but damn, he's a great worker. He shows up on time, he's an asshole, but damn, yeah, I need this guy functioning for my business. And it creates a different dynamic when you're like, I don't like this person because of the way I feel about this. It's like, damn, well, I don't like this person, but damn, if I don't have this guy, my whole day is different.
Yeah.
People don't understand that stuff, man, because they don't have to deal with it every day.
But hey, Kalani, I will tell you, yes, people do understand it. And guess what? People deal with it every day. I don't care if you got a job or not. If you go walk outside your door, if somebody walk outside that door, that's somebody that don't like that person because of some odd reason. It goes on every day. It's every day of walk of life. See, with me, I don't know how Eve is with me. I don't care you don't like me.
Me neither. It don't matter me, don't matter mine. Because guess what? That's your business. That ain't none of my business.
see, I'm telling you this right here. I'm telling you a story right here, Eve, Kalani in chat. I was at work, right? This female was said talking about trying to figure out how much I'm making, all that stuff, talk to my manager, right? And the manager was trying to explain to her that's why he get what he get. That's why I get what I get. I said, I went to my GM, was like, hey, look here. Look, I'm gonna look here. I got bills to pay. I got bills. Hold on. I got hold on.
Look here.
Look, I got bills to pay. And guess what? I like making money. Don't be watching. Don't want to be watching my pocket. Ain't nobody tell you don't come in, leave early.
They nosy and they lazy.
There you go. My point exactly.
Nosy and lazy.
There you go. Don't be watching me because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You see, that's the type of cause. Guess what? When we do wind up when me and the mother finally get one on TV and get it on, be like whatever, whoever on the app, whatever. Guess what? I ain't gonna be working with them folks no more. Get what I be doing. Sit down, do what I'm doing right now.
Man, Miss Eve. Hey, be true. I'm telling you, when I got a little bit more money, I ain't gonna front. I left.
You switched up.
I left the hood. Hey, I left the hood and got to a gated.
He said, "I got my check and I was gone."
I got in a gated community with a guard at the front. I mean, you know what I'm saying? For my family and my kids and stuff. Like, man, for real, I really immediately after I got enough money, I was out.
Hey, quick! I got a question for you. I got a question for you. For that question, moving on up. Hey, you did like the Jefferson, huh? You moved up to the east side.
I was gone. I was up out the hood quickly.
But the question I got for you, Kalani. But did you reach back in the hood to help somebody else get out the hood?
Yes.
That is the question I got.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So, Eve, I got to ask you a question too.
I'm here.
If a brother or sister came to you, talking about they need help, they need to borrow this, do you have this to spare? And
no.
Listen to the question. And say that you got to open it. You got to open it, right? would you offer them a job to work for you?
If they asked me to borrow money, would I
Yeah,
give them a job?
yeah.
Mm.
Are you
That's
serious?
it.
Did you
I need
take?
a moment to think about that because
You need a
listen,
moment. You need a moment for that. Okay, all
I
right.
do because a part of me will want to say that I would be willing to, hire them and deal with them based on their ethics. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
work ethic and things like that. But then another part of me would be like, you
Hell
seem to
no.
lack responsibility, so I don't think I want you to be a part of my company. I don't.
Hey, I'm
But
so sorry.
I'm
I think that way. I think that
hold
way.
on.
I
Don't
think
read
that.
that. Hey, don't read that. Ask that question, cause where I work at, my GM, me, and two other managers gave this homeless guy a chance. Right?
Wow.
Gave him a chance,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, he did not work out. But the thing about
Mm.
it is, that is where our heart was at to give him a chance, try to get himself out of where he was at. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
See, I
But
can do that, D Truth. I mean, I've done that in my business, like because I realize where I come from and I'm humble. Thank God
Hmm.
for my parents, whatever. I'm humble about it. So when I got into upper management, I also gave people an opportunity. But I noticed that some people, when you give them the opportunity to move into a different tax bracket or give them an opportunity to make more money, they're so indoctrinated on the poor lifestyle that that's how they're thinking. And I
Mm.
had to learn that. Like, what? Are you for real? You know what I'm saying? Like you got an opportunity. I'm gonna present you with an opportunity to make more money than you've ever made in your whole life, but you would prefer to be on this poor man's mentality, thinking about your feelings.
But let me tell you why. Because as I told you, most trauma comes from your childhood, and you the same person you are with $1 that you are with 1,000,000. The
Facts.
money ain't gonna change who you are. It's gonna
Facts.
amplify who you are. So if
Facts.
you a decent human being, then you're gonna get to do certain things. If you're a calculated human being, you're gonna get to be even more calculated. If you're a piece of shit, you're just gonna be an illuminated piece of shit. That's
You're right.
exactly what it is.
You're
big
right.
That's
facts.
Yes, I
why.
am. Yes, I
Because
am.
I'm gonna
Cause
tell you what happened to
Well
me.
said.
Like
Well
go
said.
ahead.
and when I'm at in Georgia, Union City, or even in Fulton County, it's a lot of women and men that live in hotels with their children and families and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
that to me used to drive me insane, especially for the kids. So I had, a couple of them, two people per se. I went above and beyond. I even used my business as the guarantor and put them into apartments. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? One in
Right.
Union City and
Salute.
one in College Park.
Salute. Salute.
I did that, right? But listen,
Mhm.
but they had, and one of them, I put them on to a job. They had a job, and the other people they were already working. So I wouldn't understand in my life how y'all come from living in a hotel for a year straight,
Fact.
and y'all able to pay $70 at the time. This is about 5 years ago. No, this is about 8 years ago. That time the rooms was probably about $80 a night at the max. So y'all able to get up and hustle up $80 every night to pay, which is damn near almost $3,000 a month. And then you go get an apartment and it's $900 a month that you win. And do you believe that within less than 3 months they both was back in the shelter, back in the hotel again?
See, that's what I don't understand about some of these. Respect to Carlo V. He's in the house. He's watching.
Hey,
Salute.
Carlos V, how are you?
Salute, Carlo V.
See,
Carlos
just
V.
once. See, I see this all the time. I know Eves. I know you. I know you'll see this in Georgia too. That when you drive down the road,
Oh my gosh.
there's men out there, some women out there got a cup in their hand. Absolutely,
Hmm.
and that's during the morning time. Come back that same evening, guess what? They still standing out there. If they would
Mm.
put that same energy and go into a
And to
9 to 5,
working.
yeah,
Yep.
they already worked a job doing
Yep.
that. But
Yep.
they don't want to put that their mindset. I won't say their mindset. I'm gonna say some of them got some type of mental illness, which
Yep.
they need to get taken care of. But they,
But a lot of them are feeding a habit, and
there you go.
panhandling isn't all they need to feed that habit. Because if they had bills to pay, or they had to keep a roof over their head, or children, or whatever that is, and responsibilities, they knew that shaking that cup wasn't a goddamn enough.
You're
So
right. You're right.
So,
if all
hey,
they need to do is get some food and high, they can shake that cup for 8 hours. They gonna make half the money that you made at your job half the time. You out your
yeah,
damn mind. Them people make a lot of money.
oh yeah. I don't see. I've been on train and bus. They come out and you see the same people. I don't know how you rode the train and bus or not,
Go,
even
Joe.
while you're here,
If you
but
go, I go.
and you if you have, I would see the same people come on the train, say the same line. I'm like, man, and I
Mm-hmm.
look at them. They dress cleaner than I do.
Man, I know. I know. I done gave a specific homeless person over $5,000. I know.
Look at that.
I know. I
See,
have.
and the thing about, I don't care what they do with it,
I do.
with their money.
No, you don't. Wait, hold on a minute, Dietrich. What you said? You care what the homeless man do with the money, but you don't care what the
Hey, my
pastor do with the
bad.
money?
My bad. No, I was just bullshitting, but shit, 5,000. I know I gave him 5,000,
Yeah,
over 5,000, but damn, it was like, damn, bro, you do the
but no,
same thing every day, homie.
I said this to say this right here. Now that way I look at them kind of funny because this one oh this dude female whoever it was I forget, but they talk about they hungry. Okay, I get what I had. You know they had no
You
time. I
better
don't
give
want
them a
this.
sandwich.
I would have
Hey,
gave him a sandwich.
no, the thing is, it was a whole meal that I had got from work. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
they said, I don't want this. I said, you must not be hungry then.
You
Okay.
must not be
And
hungry.
get what I did. I took my meal home and ate it myself.
Hell, you damn right. I'm grateful
They
as
got
fuck.
some
But
nerve. The audacity.
It's class, y'all. It's
The
class.
audacity. They wanted money because they want you. They want a free way to go because you know what else they do? The same way you pay your tithe because you want whatever, the same way them people feeling, you know what, I don't want to be homeless one day, so let me go ahead and give this man this money. Or you know what, they're not thinking anything about that person. They thinking about that could be them, or they're going to get a reward for doing that.
Hey, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted you guys to notice how Eve put my ties every week into this.
that's why I said what I hey, that's why I look, see
Every
E,
week I pay my ties for years and years and years and years and years and years. And, oh my
hey Kalani, hey Kalani.
God. Every week. You got me thinking about my budget now. Okay.
Hey, but think about this, Kalani. E, you know what
Hmm?
you said, you know I waited for a while before I said that told that story, right?
Yes,
Don't-
yes.
See, I kind of set him up.
I'm sorry, Kalani, I ain't laughing at you.
No, it's all
I'm
good.
laughing with you.
Hey, get what? He fell right into the trap.
I
You
felt
fell right into it, right?
it's all good.
But think about it. Think of all the
My
ministers that got
checkbook.
that. Hey, but
Baby
think
girl,
about it.
get my checkbook. No, I'm
Hey,
just playing.
well, think about it. Think of all these mega churches, all these pastors, what they ride in.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I think a pastor
Bentley
should. Hey,
and
but
big
you know,
old this and
I'm
big old
biased.
that.
I'm
Listen, I
biased.
live in.
Hey, a preacher preaching the word, he should have a Learjet and a Rolls Royce and
And
a
look at
fat.
you. And Kalani helping them get there.
Hey, I want to help him get there too. Hey, I ain't gonna front. I'm sorry. I see my favorite artists having cars, houses, all that stuff. Why can't the pastor have
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm like this right here. E, we got to do this again. And you said
Yes,
you be
thank you so much, y'all. Whenever
uh,
y'all want me to come back, whenever y'all invite
will
me
you be
back, I'm
back?
coming.
When will you be back in town?
Oh, I'll be down there in less than a week. I'll open the store up here. So I'm gonna be down there in less than a week, probably like 4 days, 4 to 5 days. What you want to
Uh,
do? You ain't even call. I'm gonna call you too. I'm gonna call you tomorrow because we. Well, I'm
Okay.
gonna call you later on today.
It's already tomorrow. But you know what? I think you can do your thing on your channel. You can do your thing on your channel, cuss somebody out, whatever. But me, you know, me, you
No,
think
but
alike.
wait. My channel ain't start out about cussing people out. Now these
Uh, but,
people
but,
came bothering me. I was over here giving. I was over here serving and giving my tithes.
but you know what I'm saying.
You know,
See,
but whenever you listen, he said it. He says, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." You
there you
know,
go.
so sometimes you got to put them back in line, and
I
and
love
and
it.
and and that just be it. Sometimes they need a little edifying. They need a
Yeah,
little, they need a little tongue lashing. Sometimes.
I tell
I
you
love it.
what. The would you be available that Friday morning?
Yes, what you want to do? I'm with it.
This what I want to do right here. We let
Wait.
everybody
We
know.
gonna go live on Friday morning because look, the chat gonna be a
I
little
don't
bit
care.
rambunctious.
I don't
They
care.
gonna tear. They gonna get at us now.
But guess what?
Kalani, you
I
coming? You can't be here,
You
Kalani,
know
because
I'm gonna
I'm
be
gonna
there.
talk about the tides.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be
but
there. Not tithing ass.
hey,
Tithing ass.
hey,
I'm tithing every week. Y'all got me thinking like, hey, you know what, Pastor?
hey, Claudia, hold on. I gotta ask a question. Did you get $50 last week?
I probably
Well,
gave it
listen.
though. I
My
probably
question
gave it.
is, will
I,
you come to the Church of Eve? Will you listen? Listen. I'm gonna
We
make
said,
sure.
hey,
Get the cash out.
see, in our church, we don't sell no, nothing less than 50, nothing less than 50,
Nothing less than 50. And
There
and
you
look,
go.
we
50 and
don't take
above.
no less than 50. Listen.
That's the collection plate.
but
Listen, and my name gonna be past the offering.
There you go. I'm with it. I'm with it, Miss Eve. I'm with it. I'm with
but
it.
It's
do
been
that.
wonderful, guys. But I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Got my information. I'm
Yeah,
going to give you a call tomorrow. Kalani, I want to connect with you too. So I
for sure.
guess I'll email my information over to D Truth. And you gentlemen really brought brighten my day. I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you
But
as
get,
well.
Thank
don't
y'all
get,
for having me the whole time
don't go
too. I
nowhere
ain't
yet.
mean to sit on your panel all night, bro.
Don't go nowhere yet. Don't go nowhere yet.
Okay.
That Friday morning, you picking the subject.
No, I like your topics, man. You had me going crazy for the last couple weeks. Your topics be right on point. You know how to get
And
them.
you be having me on point too, D True.
Yeah, he know how to get the thought provoking. See, I could get in the subject matter with you and break it down, but as probably as picking it out, everybody got their lane. I think your lane is orchestrating. So going on and pick it out.
Yeah, man,
Oh,
I'm with it. I'm definitely with it
see,
too.
I already got the topic that I've been wanting to talk about, and it gonna make some people mad. Which I really
Oh
don't
my
care.
gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness. Listen,
hey,
I just barely got me 500 subscribers now.
Man,
Don't get
come
me
on, man. I
started
just got
now.
600 subscribers, bro. I mean, come on, bro.
I just barely broke the
I'm not
500.
trying to
You know
lose
how?
my
Look,
people,
all
man.
my life I had to fight for
Man,
the.
all my life I had to fight.
hey, maybe some of those might come over the D True channel on Friday and get us some educational some lessons. And I'm gonna give you a little hint what it is.
Tell me, please.
It's about this woman police chief in Charlottesville
Okay.
that got
Okay.
fired
Uh-huh.
for trying to reform, doing what she's supposed to do, reform that police department.
Are you kidding me? I got
No,
now. I'm gonna go look that up. Are you serious?
yeah, I'm serious. I do real world stuff.
See, south of the Mason Dixon line is crazy. See,
Oh
you hear
yeah.
when you hit up to up north, it's a different type of animal, and I'll bring that flair to it too because I have an understanding of it, and
Uh,
that's
uh,
crazy. I didn't even hear of that. I'm gonna go look it up tonight before this morning. I'm gonna be looking into that. They
and then,
fired the police chief for wanting to reform the police department to
yeah,
meaning making it better because
yeah.
people look at police as if they're supposed to be these people that come and evade your privacy or that's supposed to take,
Ease,
advantage of certain things and be out there.
Time out,
They
time out,
are
time
to
out,
protect and
time out,
serve.
time out.
Huh?
You give it. Hey,
Yeah.
don't use all your ammo.
Okay, you're right.
He's
You're
here
right.
for the
Because
show.
I
He's
will
here
rip,
for the
I will
show.
rip it to pieces.
And then
Because
I got a
you know what I'm saying? They are civil servants. They are to
yeah,
serve the community. They are to serve us and keep order. They're not out there to be doing the things that they're doing at all. We
yeah.
again allow them to step way outside of their boundaries. Do you know that the police in Canada don't even have a gun?
Hey, the
Not
truth
in
and
England,
Miss Eve.
England either.
Hey, the truth and Miss Eve. Do you guys know what? That's gonna be a good show. I just wanted to say, Miss Eve, you really did a preview.
Hey, but then I got another story that gonna tie into that. It comes from New York State by the New York
Okay.
State trooper.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
He pulled over this guy and his family, his wife and 2 daughters, for speeding.
Hmm.
And instead of go ahead and give him a ticket, he wanted to know how some cops are mouthed off. Then he
Hmm.
sprayed. Then he sprayed pepper spray in the car with 2 kids in there.
See, that's
Oh
crazy.
So
shit!
so
Yeah,
so
that's
You
crazy.
know
dad
what
so
I'm saying?
dad drove off.
That's crazy.
Dad going 100 miles per hour. I guess trying to get the family to safety. And the cop was going 130. Ran the guy's truck twice. If hit the guardrail and flipped twice. And then the 11-year-old girl died.
Oh, oh, prayers for their family. Oh,
Oh, prayers
So
go up to that family. See,
so yeah, so now you know
and that's
what.
them.
So
That's them. That's them. You know, they give them a license to hurt. They
yeah,
give them the ability to think that they are the law and the jury when y'all are just supposed to get it to the judge and
yeah,
let them sort it out. And they are out here handing out sentences and punishments as if they are the wherewithal and the be all and that it's ridiculous because
yeah.
not no power should be given to no other human being like that over nobody. That's why you cannot let these people govern. You know what? I'm gonna save it for our show.
Save it.
I'm gonna
yeah,
save it.
Hey,
save it, save
hey,
it, save
hey.
it.
Now you know what the two. Now you know what the two topics is and how they going to intertwine with each other.
Yes, and I'm definitely ready for it. And I'm gonna have all my bullets and points and all everything laid out and ready to go.
I
So
told you we're gonna make somebody
I'm gonna go
mad.
and
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Kalani,
my
I'm gonna
tithing
give a
ass up there.
sermon. So I shall be expecting my pastor's envelope.
That's
Hey,
the
look here.
collection plate
Hey, look. Hey, look
Pastor
here.
with
offering.
my tithing ass.
Hey,
Been tithing all these damn years, and I shouldn't. Okay.
check this out. It's for the building fund now. It's for the building
It's a
Yes,
fund.
the
build. You
building
ain't never
fund.
lied.
We
Look,
need a new roof.
we
On
need to look. My platform need a new twinkly something. I need a new light. I don't know.
yeah, I need a new twinkling something. Yeah, there we go.
I gotta pay
Okay,
my stream yard.
okay. We finna end the show. Kalani, in
Thank
the
you so
last
much,
one.
gentlemen. Y'all have a
Kalani,
wonderful morning. Much love to you and your family.
You gotta say your
Yeah.
final word. Oh, you gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna let Kalani say his final word.
Okay, go
Then
ahead. I'm
you.
sorry.
All right.
I didn't.
Well, real quick, please sub up to Eve James podcast and also sub up to D Truth. I'm Kalani Management. You guys know where I'm at. Appreciate all the mods, everybody that's in the chat, everybody that was in this conversation. Thank you for having me, D Truth. Thank you for having me, Miss Eve. I definitely appreciate this conversation. A
Yes.
great panel, great discussion.
Yeah. I had
I
awesome
hope that
time.
we can
So
do this more. And you guys, man, thank you guys for supporting us. We really appreciate it. We're going through a transition, and we appreciate everybody, man. That's kicking it with Armando Black, D Truth, Miss Eve, myself, Kalani Management, as content creators. We're grateful. We're grateful. Grateful.
yeah, sure. Yes, we are.
Salute. All right, y'all.
Salute. Sweet.
All
Have a
right.
good night. Good morning. I mean. So funny how time flies when you're having fun. And
Oh
I
yeah.
really enjoyed it. And I appreciate you allowing me to grace your panel with you. It has been my honor to sit beside two wonderful, black men, two wonderful spirits and beings. And I appreciate it. My love goes out to the chat and to the mods, Armando, to everyone in this sector over here that's embraced me. We can be mushy. I can be mushy because there's a soft side to me. There is a soft side to me, and there is definitely, a harder side too when needed. But for right now, it's about edifying and lifting our people up out of the impoverished mind state that we in. And I appreciate D Truth and his ministry and everything that he's given to the people. And I support and stand behind you 100%. And I look forward to our endeavors and many more shows with you. Um, yeah, thank you so much.
And you know what? I like having you as a co-host.
Yes, I love it. Anytime you're ready
Because
for me to be your
because
little wingman, I'm there. I'm
because
there.
because I always try to get a female perspective of
Okay.
thing. But guess what? Friday show, we're gonna end it on a positive note. I'm not gonna tell you what it is though.
Okay. But now you're gonna have me. Now you're gonna have me enamored and waiting, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you
But
for.
yeah,
Thank you.
but you already got some research you got to do now.
I'm gonna do my research, and I'm gonna be. Listen, I'm gonna be what they said, bushy tailed and bright eyed. Bright eyed and bushy tail, ready on Friday morning. You have a wonderful morning, King. And again, thank you. Peace and blessings to you and everyone that you love and care for. Thank you.
The same to you. And guess what? It was my honor for having you up here.
Yes.
See, I'm the one blessed to have you up here. I'm like, okay,
Don't
what
make
am
me blush. I'm too dark to be blushing now.
I ain't like myself now. But you know what I'm thinking? Like,
You ain't
I'm
never
like,
seen the chocolate girl blush before.
but I was thinking, I didn't know what I was gonna get when you got up here. I'm like, okay, when you started talking, I didn't say nothing, did I?
Yeah, no, you didn't. Oh, because a lot of people may think because the bravado and the cadence, because you may say little f bombs that you have no, ability to connect and know what's going on. I only can speak from passion the way that I only can bang on people the way I can because of my understanding and my intellect. That's it. I
Eh,
see bullshit a mile away.
yeah, it's just like how I'm speaking right now. I forgot what panel that I don't know what chat I was in. I forgot what panel I was on,
Hmm.
and oh, it was Monday Boy. It was Monday Boy panel. Was it? What I think it was,
Hmm.
and or was it? I forget whoever it was. But and this guy was talking smack, right? He was talking all this. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm just going to sit there and listen. But I got tired of
Hmm.
talking smack, so I went up on the panel and roasted it, just like with my voice now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Everybody looking like, oh, they were surprised that I could do
They were
that.
surprised. They
They
couldn't
were
be. Do
surprised.
they know where you from?
Hey, look at, I'm telling you, I'm from Alabama, but that's all we did as kids. Jones.
But that's what I'm
That's
trying to understand. What they think? They think you a one trick pony.
yep.
Come on now. They
but
can't be serious.
but I know you got something you got to do, and did whoever you were riding with, did they listen to the show or what they
Yes, they
listen?
listen to the show right now. They saying that we mesh very well and that the energy is good. They really enjoying it. They tell me that they sitting here right now. That's my best girlfriend. Yeah, she said it. She said the energy is really good and we mesh very well. So that it
Hey,
was pretty good.
hey, hey,
And Kalani, you mesh well too. And peace to you down there. You having a good time down in the chat. Salute to you,
hey,
Kalani.
guess what? Armando, man, me and him partners on 20 East, right?
Oh
He
yeah,
had
yeah,
te-
yeah, yeah. Salute
yeah,
to
he had
Armando,
texted.
King Armando. He already know.
Hey, hey, he texted me, right? He
Uh.
said, "You just found your co-host, bro." and then
And
see,
look, and as it shall be written, and so it shall be done.
and
You already know. And I don't
then
even listen. We gonna talk offline because
yeah,
everybody ain't got to hear everything. Because
nah, nah, nah.
I am happy to have you and to know you. When you came to my platform, I was excited and elated. I mean it. Like you gave me a breath of fresh air because you made me have to mind my manners, and a lot of people don't command that out of me. But I sure did mind my manners for you, and I'm
but
happy I did.
look here, I'm like this. As long as I'm about it, ain't nobody gonna mess with you in there. But think about it. Don't mind me. Go do your thing. You
Yes.
gotta do. Do what you got to do.
I know. You told me that already. And I said, listen, if somebody show me a little bit of understanding and compassion, I'm gonna roll out the floodgates. And what come behind me, is a whole lot. And we gonna grow and we gonna go, baby. And that's what we gonna do.
Yep. Hey, guess what?
Content for content on content.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going ahead and say this. For 20 East Nation, 20 East Media Network, and State Game, we are out.
All right,
Bye.
bye.